Chosen Vessels, what's the deal? It's Drutube. Let's get it. You're a major inspiration on the low. All right? No one wants to tell you or bring it to your attention, but luckily for you, you didn't need them to. You didn't need anybody to see it. All right? You are a major inspiration and you inspire a lot of people. And that's a real positive thing, to be able to inspire people and to make people want to be better and have better is a great thing. It's a positive thing. So when people are able to become inspired, that means they're going to be doing a lot of great positive things with their life. And that's what everybody should aspire to do. A lot of great positive things. So if you're one of those people that God put here to inspire others, well, if you're inspired and can't find what it is you're supposed to be doing, well, guess what? That's what you're supposed to be doing. Whatever you feel that you were put here to do, that God put you here to do, that's what you're supposed to do. So if you're here to inspire people, play piano, draw pictures, bake, go to the salon, do hair, things like that, whatever you were put here to do, it's a must that you be inspired. All right? When you're inspired, thoughts flow easily, creativity flows a lot more easily. All right? You are more likely to be motivated to get things done when you're inspired. There's a lot of things that go hand in hand with being motivated and being unmotivated. If you are unmotivated, you may just not be inspired. So you have to find something that gives you inspiration, something that makes you inspired, something that when you sit down to do it or you look at it, creative ideas just flow to you extremely easy. So you're going to want to take those creative ideas and you're going to want to act on them. All right? You're going to want to act on those ideas and you're going to want to put those out into the world. All right? So that way you can inspire others. That's the way the universe works. Someone inspires you, and then what you create inspires somebody else. And I feel that's a truly great thing within itself. And as you look at it from that point of view, it almost feels as if you have a duty. And when you look at it that way, that's how you actually become rich and successful. Because if you want money or if you want to become rich, you have to give. You have to find the money that you already have, and you have to find the riches that are already within you. And that's as far as your gifts and talents go. Then once you find a way to give, you find a way to pay your tithes to the universe. Instead of saying, how can you get, you're saying, how can I give? How can I share what I have? How can I be of service? That's when the universe is ready to do for you and to respond for you. So when you're inspired, you're going to be inspiring other people. So it's bigger than you when you want to become successful. It's bigger than you when you want to inspire someone. When someone is inspired by you, you're basically now putting yourself in alignment to receive from the universe because you've given. And especially when what you've given has value, that's an extremely powerful thing. When what you give has value, that means you're putting value out into the universe. That means you're donating, you're giving. All right, you're giving your currency, your current of energy. You're giving that. All right, that's a form of money on a spiritual level. When you have a gift and a talent, and you can provide a service, and someone is able to pay for it, or someone is able to be helped by it, or you're able to be compensated for it, that's something that's extremely positive. That's something that's really good, because not only are you able to do something that you love to do or do something that you're passionate about, you're able to create a way to turn into a career. And that's a positive thing. All right. So inspiring people to want to do good and do better, if that's what you're here to do, if you're an inspiration, you have to find a way to be that and to do that, whether it's through your music. A lot of people inspire others through music, and this is why a lot of music right now is detrimental, because instead of inspiring people to aspire to be greater, it's inspiring people to want to go out and do something that they may regret later. All right, whether or not they get that, they conquer their inner demons or not. Some music is inspiring people to invoke demons and to take them on and to allow them to enter into their spirit. That's what some of the music does. And it hasn't been very inspiring lately. It's been mostly just inspiring people to get paid, which is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the inspiration to have a lot of money, or there's nothing wrong with it being inspired to want to change your situation. But to go about it in a cutthroat, savage-like manner where you don't have respect for other people is a little vicious. And I understand that some people are put in certain situations where they have no choice. But for those who do have a choice, you're supposed to be choosing better. You're not supposed to be going after what someone has to do when they're in the worst of worst situations. But there have been corrupt thieves of the mind and spirit and soul who are trying to corrupt people to be inspired to get themselves locked up and to do bad and to do wrong and harm to themselves or others. You should not be inspiring other people to take lives and to kill and murder. But that's what the devil wants. That's how you know a change is coming and getting close, because God's not going to allow this to continue to stand forever. That's why he uses us and speaks through us, and little bits and pieces of him come through us and show through us as he uses us. So if you're inspired to help others, or if you're inspired to do your best, I want to let you know that you have a requirement and a duty from the universe to be successful. All right, God requires us to be rich. It's your duty to become rich, to help your fellow man, to help people. All right, to want to do good. If you want to do good, you are an extension of God, and he wants to use you to do that good. That desire to do good, that desire to help others, inspire others, and become successful, that's directly attached, linked to, connected to source. It's coming from the Most High himself when you're inspired to do better. All right. People are going to be inspired by your inspiration. All right. People are going to want to do better once they see someone do better, have better, change their situation around. That's the most inspiring thing ever. When a person works their way up from whatever situation they were in, whether they got themselves into it and they got themselves out of it, whether life just happened, or whether they were held bound to unfortunate circumstances and still got themselves out of it by any means necessary. That is extremely inspiring, and that it has the power to change the course of a lot of people's lives. So you want to be the type of person that recognizes that power within themselves to be able to change the course of a life. All right. If somebody can put out a song, put out a painting, if somebody can inspire you to change your life and do better, that person is extremely gifted, and that person is extremely talented, and they're aware of whether they're aware of their gifts and talents is something that I may not know. But you, be watching this video, you need to be made aware of this, because this is a very powerful energy that you're working with. And as you realize that you're working with a very powerful energy, you'll start to realize that there's nothing that you can't do once you stay inspired, if you remain inspired. And also, there's nothing that you can't have once you become of service and you freely give without looking for anything in return. There's nothing wrong with prospering. There's nothing wrong with becoming successful. There's nothing wrong with having money. And there's nothing wrong with being able to take care of yourself the way you want. Everybody should be inspired to want better. Whatever your dream life is, think about it for a second. Think about what your dream life is. Think about the kind of home you want. Think about the kind of car you want. Think about the reality that you see yourself living in. And if it's not what you're currently looking at right now with your eyes, don't be uninspired. You can change any situation from what you don't want to what you do want. You just have to be dedicated, all right? A person that is inspired is going to be extremely dedicated, all right? Dedication is doing it when you don't feel like it. Dedication and discipline are similar, but a person who is disciplined, I believe, will be dedicated. I believe dedication comes from having the discipline to do it. And discipline is doing things when you don't feel like it. Discipline is putting your goals before the things that you love to do or like to do. That's a disciplined person. Being able to hold off on the things that bring you pleasure or that you enjoy, and to focus and to get your job done. All right. So there's one thing that people who inspire people have over others that don't, is that they have an immense amount of gratitude. All right. If you know my channel, I always talk about gratitude and how it affects a person's life, how it changes a person's life, how it makes a person's life better, how it can destroy negativity in a person's life. Gratitude is like a compass for better. All right, if you are inspired, right, that means you're grateful, and that inspiration is being led and guided by that gratitude. They say your attitude determines your latitude. Other people say your thoughts are a GPS to your reality. Other people say your words are a GPS to your reality. So it's very important for a person to use gratitude to direct themselves where they want to go. If you're grateful, you're more than likely using what God gave you to succeed, to better your reality, to better your life, to bring your vision and dream into fruition. All right. The root word of fruition is fruit. All right. You could tell a tree by the fruit it bears. All right. When you bring something into fruition, that means you're bringing it into existence. That means it's growing. That means you've taken something, you planted a seed in your mind, you watered that seed, and you brought it into existence. All right. So you bring it into fruition. All right. So you want to be inspired to bring your reality into fruition. Anything that inspires a person to do better is a blessing. It's a good thing. So if you continue to do good things and you continue to do good works, sooner or later your fruits are going to show that. If you're dedicated and you don't take any days off and you grind hard, your reality, your life is going to show that. Your bank account is going to show that. And if you're motivated to want to change your life financially, which is a beautiful thing, everybody should want to enhance, improve, and change and fix their finances. All right, run those numbers up. Run you up a check. All right, so that way you can get your mom a house, you can get yourself a house, you can live a better life. All right, a lot of people, their dream is to want better for themselves, and a lot of people find inspiration from the people that came before them. All right, so a lot of people are able to gain inspiration from you, and that whether you're just going to the gym every day and staying consistent, whether you're riding your bike to work, all right, it could be somebody with a whole car, a home, a house, a whole 9-acre plot of land, and they could be inspired by little old you riding their bike to work, going to the same place every day, making sure they could take care of their one-room apartment or their humble abode, you know, and you probably have more than that. But sometimes there are people that might have just that, but people can see and tell that they have so much more, and that they're going farther, and that they're really going places, and that they're determined to get there because they can see that that person is inspired. They can see that that person has dedication. That person has determination. That person is stuck on getting to where God shows them they're going to be. So when you are inspired, you're going to have the feeling to want to go create. It's going to be a feeling of passion, right? That drives you to go and do what it is you're good at. So if you're good at something, if you have a talent, whether you sing, you draw, you paint, you cook, you braid, all right, you sew, you make clothes, whatever it is, be inspired to take it to the next level. Some people are talented, but they don't do what they could be doing with their talents. And it would be a wonderful thing if this person actually took up what they did and made it big with it. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to make it big. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be better than where you're currently at. You're working towards the life that you see for yourself. And that's a very commendable thing. That is a extremely commendable thing. People will be honored to be in your presence if you are a person that grinds hard enough. 50 Cent, everybody's honored to be in his presence, all right? 50 Cent is somebody that worked his way up from the ground up. This man went from teach you how to rob and steal to teach you how to direct and film, okay? This nigga, excuse my language. The real Drutube came out. 50 Cent came from 50 Cent, somebody edit that out. 50 Cent went from he went from teach you how to rob and steal. See what you did, Fifth? See what you did? 50 Cent bring a whole nother side out of folks. All right, that's that hustler spirit right there. 50 Cent went from teach you how to rob and steal to teach you how to direct and film. All right, so everybody should show growth. Everybody should want to be inspired to take it from the ground to all the way to the top. So if you see yourself being more than what you already are, find a way to become inspired. Find a way to inspire others. Find a way to give. You want to be rich? Find a way to give. You want the universe to do for you? Find a way to do for the universe. You want the universe to put out some of its goodies and some of its good things that you know you truly deserve? Guess what? You got to sing. You got to dance. You got to do open heart surgery. If you're a doctor, all right, you got to paint. You got to bake. You got to cut hair, and it better be the best haircut you've ever gave somebody. I don't care if they just giving you $5. You know how many people will come get a haircut for $5? It may take up all your time, but guess what? You keep knocking those things out, soon you'll be able to charge 10, 15, 20. The more people start coming to you, start low and then go high. Start low, aim high. All right, because people can be like, oh, you're not, well, whatever. All you have to do is show them a good workmanship and good craftsmanship. And a person that has good workmanship and good craftsmanship, they always get that bag. All right, somebody that knows what they're doing. All right, a lot of people that know what they're doing will set their service fee at a very accommodatable price. So if you can set your service fee at a accommodatable price, people are going to be able to accommodate them pockets. All right, you won't just have to keep eating beans and rice. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to. And shout out to everybody that I love me some beans and rice. All right, delicacy if you ask me, but just I used to eat a lot of that, so I guess that's why I say that, because I eat a lot of beans and rice. So I'm telling on myself, watch out. Anyway, if you want the life that you know you can truly have, because that's what's waiting out there for you, and you honestly know that in your heart of hearts, find a way to be inspired and find a way to inspire others. The more you can help people, the more you show God that you want to be of service, and letting him use you for a greater purpose, you're going to be able to assist him with helping other people find their purpose. All right, some people become inspired by the most random things. You'll never know. All right, somebody like there's people right now inspiring people more than ever. Somebody right now is tying shoes and they inspire people. Somebody right now is taking, you know, something and turning it into something and inspiring people. Some people, you know, some people are finding ways to inspire people that have never been done before, because we're living in a quote unquote new age where quote unquote it's a new time and quote unquote new things are happening. So you have people doing things that quote unquote have never been done before. But as far as me and how my mind works, there's nothing new under the sun. So everything's already been done, bro. So it's just amazing to be able to be here to come back and do it one more time. And that's why you probably have a sense of urgency on your life, because you realize that it's not a game. There's no time to waste, and that you're back here reincarnated once again for another human experience to be able to become great and live your life to the fullest. And that's what everybody should aim for, to become better than they currently are and live their life to the fullest. And you should be extremely inspired by that. If you can't look out into the world and find someone, something that inspires you, I don't know if you're really eager enough to get what you want. And I pray that you are, and I hope that you are, because if you're watching this video, I want you to know you have a lot to offer. You have something within you that if you give it to the world, God will bless you and put you in the spot just made for you. It's going to fit like a puzzle piece. It's going to be just right for you, and it's going to be what you always wanted and what you always dreamed of. So as you continue to inspire and be inspired and find ways to stay motivated and determined and disciplined, always remember that the person that actually wants to do what they want to do is probably going to do it more than those that don't. So if you're doing something that you don't want to do, you're probably not going to be that determined to work on it. You're probably not going to be that inspired. So when you find something that you're inspired by, it puts a smile on your face. It's something that makes you happy. It's something that you want to do, and it's probably something that you're good at, something that you always wanted to be. So find something that you can be. All right, it's not hard. Some people race cars, some people play basketball, some people sing, some people draw. There's a million things that you can do. I can't give out all the ideas. Some of these things I might want to go do for myself. But if you would like a consultation and trying to find your purpose and trying to see what it is you're here to do, feel free to email me and we can have a discussion. All right. So I'm inspired, and I hope everybody else is too. That's why I make these videos. That's why I hop on here and I try to share some inspiration with some other people, because I know how it feels to want to do better and be great. So it's a different type of vibe when you have someone that you're inspired by that posts motivational content, because I know what type of vibe it was when I was inspired by others' content, others like Les Brown. All right. Les Brown is somebody that extremely inspired me to speak, to want to talk about positive things, to want to be a positive person, and to know that I can have the life that I want. That truly inspired me when when I realized that no matter how bad it gets, no matter how bad it looks, I'm going to make it. So if you see yourself getting out of a situation or already out of a situation, I want to tell you congratulations. Continue to be inspired to do better and raise the bar in your life. If you're not happy with where you're at, if you don't like that job, if you don't like that apartment, if you don't like your career, if you don't like your income, whatever you don't like about your life is subject to change. You can change whatever you want about your finances. You can change whatever you want about your career. You can change whatever you want about your life. All it takes is a person to use their mind in a way to where they set themselves up for success instead of failure. You should be inspired to set yourself up to get what you want, especially more than ever, especially with your phone or your computer or your laptop or whatever it may be right in front of your face. You should want to be inspired. There are a lot of people doing a lot of great things out there, and you should be too. You should not let other people win as far as them just winning in their life and you settling for less. If other people are out there winning, you can win too. Settling for less isn't something that should be a go-to for you. I wouldn't settle for less if I was you. I wouldn't just take what I was given if I was you. I wouldn't just sit with a situation that I didn't want if I were you. That's what work is for. That's what God allows us to labor and till the land and work and produce good labor and good works for. That's what all that's for. All that hard work is for you to be able to create. It's for you to be able to get the life that you want. And you should be inspired to want to go out and do your best and get what you want because it's out there waiting for you. If you want a house and you want all Dragon Ball Z characters painted on the wall, like you Sauce Walker or somebody, shout out to Sauce Walker and the TSF crew. All right, whether you however you want your place to look. All right, if you want your home to have Mario characters all up in it, it's up to you. If you want a red house with a purple roof, it's up to you. All right, well, whatever you see yourself having, whatever you enjoy, whatever you like, it's up to you. So it's like you use your time, you take your time, and you take your inspiration, you take your gifts, and you put that all together. You put that all together because there's something that should inspire you and make you want to do better. There's a million things to be able to look around and be inspired by. Like me personally, I'm inspired by graffiti. Graffiti inspires me to want to go do art. I love art. I love graffiti. Shout out to all the graffiti lovers. All right, shout out to all the people that do graffiti. All right, if anybody does any cool art, all right, you do shirts, you do paintings, whatever it is you do, hook your main man Drutube up with something cool. All right, hook your main man. I love some art. I love cool creative ideas. I love, stuff like this. I plan on doing a lot of artistic and creative things. All right, so keep supporting the channel. We got a lot of cool things coming soon. I appreciate everybody's donation. I appreciate everybody's support. All right, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and sharing my videos. Thank you for subscribing. All right, I appreciate everyone. So I hope everyone is inspired by these videos because I'm inspired to make them. So I think that's a positive thing when you can find something that you like to do that not only benefits yourself, but benefits other people. And that's what it's all about. Because if somebody made something or created something and it helped you, you should be looking how you could serve the universe. You should be looking how you could be a humble servant and find something to do because God put you here to be great. He didn't put you here to not be who you desire to be. And we all have desires. All right. God says he knows the desires of our heart. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be rich. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be successful. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have your time being used to the best of its ability. So that way you could be who God wanted you to be. All right. We were all put here to be something. We were all put here to do something. Once you find out what that is, you have to go gung-ho with it. Like this person who is a graffiti artist, they're not even letting the law stop them. I'm not advising anybody to go out and do any illegal activities, but you have to want to do your art that bad. I mean, it's not good that they do it, but I mean, they're not out here killing anybody. They're not out here killing anybody, but the one thing, all right, the one thing I admire about what they do is I heard some clanging, y'all. All right. So Yeah, got to keep an eye out when you're on them train tracks, you dig? But yo, yeah, I ain't going. I'm not gonna be kissing trains today. All right. So anyway, continue to find ways to be inspired, like those graffiti artists. Um, if you will create if you have an urge to create as bad as that, there's nothing that is really gonna stop you from wanting to go after what you want. Like people who do graffiti, they go out in the middle of the night. They find places that are hard to get to, and they still put their art out there. They have a desire, they have a passion, and I know it's illegal to do it, and I even though what we do is wrong, wrong. Even though what we do is wrong, I know that they're going to do that graffiti. You're not going to stop people from doing graffiti, okay? You're not going to stop people who are talented and who are artistic that want to go paint on stuff. You're not going to stop them from doing that. And I'm not advising that anybody do that, but you have to want what you want that bad. That freedom, that urge, that urgency to want to go create. They have that. All right? And they probably live an exciting life. And who doesn't want an exciting life? So if you find something to do with yourself, if you go and find something that you can be good at and you're inspired by, I guarantee you won't have a boring life. If you do what you love, you're going to love what you do. All right? And you're going to have a very positive life, a very creative life, and an amazing life. And that's what we all want at the end of the day. Everybody wants to make their life better. Everybody wants better. Everybody wants to be everybody wants to be successful in some type of way. And the beauty of life is being able to wake up, take your time throughout your day, and work towards what you want. So if you're one of those people that are inspired by this video, all right, go paint your paintings, go draw your drawings, go create your creations, go make your clothes, go do what it is that you do, that you really do, right? That when people look at you and they're like, yo, he does that. Something that if it should flow naturally to you. And there are some things you can do that will challenge yourself. But if it feels like you're going against the grain, if it feels like this isn't something that you want to do, if it doesn't feel like you, then I wouldn't do it. All right. If it doesn't feel like you, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to put myself under the pressure of doing something that I'm not inspired by. If you're not inspired by something, it's going to feel like work. But when you're inspired by it, even when it feels like work, even when you don't feel like doing it, once you get started, you're going to start to feel better. And that's usually the case with everything. But people who get tired and don't want to do things, when they find something that gives them inspiration, they have a little bit more energy to do it than others that aren't inspired by what they do. It's just like, imagine getting up and going to a job you hated every day. That's the same thing when a person does something that's not them, even though it may be a business, even though it may be your own thing because you do it. If it's not something that gives you that inspiring feeling, then it may be something that you end up not being motivated to do for long. And I know you want to find something that you're easily able to find motivation to get up and go do. So when you find things that inspire you, it's easy to get up and go do it. It may be a drag. It may be some, I don't feel like it. But if you love to do it, that'll surely, quickly, fast, fast, fastly fade away. All right. So that's what you want. Everybody feels that way, like they don't want to do something. Everybody feels like, I don't feel like it, not today. But it's those who are inspired that get up, take action, and go make it happen through that inspiration, because they have momentum and they're using that energy to go out and create. So I advise you to do the same thing. All right. Get on that wavelength of gratitude, get on that level of gratitude, and find out what it is you're supposed to be grateful for, that you were given by God to go do. So that way you could be inspired and inspire and change some lives all in the process. All right, and become rich and successful too. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace, love, and light. We out.